Okay, so plus now we look at the questions. Number 1, write the ionic equations for activity 6.25. Questions 1a. So write the ionic equations. So we see what are the reactants they use. They use silver nitrate and magnesium chloride. So first we'll write the chemical equation first before we look for the ionic equations. The reactant they give are silver nitrate and magnesium chloride. So to write the chemical equation, you must know what are the product form. What are the product form here? So you must know what is the substance. So silver nitrate, so it is an acid, alkali, base, metal carbonate, or soluble salt. You must know it first. So we see what is acid. Acid normally it consists of hydrogen. For example, hydrochloric acid HCl. For example, sulfuric acid H2SO4. For example, nitric acid HNO3. So these called acid. They consist of hydrogen. Alkali normally they consist of hydroxide NaOH. Okay, potassium hydroxide KOH. Or base it can be hydroxide. The difference is base it must be solid, and alkali it is aqueous. Okay, aqueous. It can be hydroxide or it can be oxide. For example, sodium oxide. This one we call it base. Base it is hydroxide metal or oxide metal. What is salt? Salt is a substance form when the hydrogen in the acid is displaced by metal. For example, if you have hydrochloric acid HCl, this one we call acid, but when the hydrogen is displaced by the sodium metal, sodium chloride, it becomes salt. For example, sulfuric acid H2SO4, this one we call it acid, but when the hydrogen is displaced by metal, for example, magnesium sulfate, so this one we call it salt. Now we look at the questions. Silver nitrate, so this silver is a metal, and nitric acid is from the acid here. So HNO3 is acid because it consists of hydrogen here. So it's a nitric acid. But when the hydrogen is displaced by silver, it becomes silver nitrate. Now this one we call it salt. So silver nitrate is a salt. Okay, it's a salt. How about magnesium chloride? So magnesium is a metal. Chloride is from the hydrochloric acid. HCl we call hydrochloric acid. When hydrogen is displaced by magnesium, it becomes MgCl2. So this one is called as a salt. So this both of them is a salt. Silver nitrate is a soluble salt. Why? Because it said all nitrate are soluble. So this is soluble salt. Magnesium chloride, it is also a soluble salt. Okay, all chloride soluble except mercury, lead-2, and silver chloride. So this is soluble salt. So soluble salt and soluble salt. So it will undergo the reactions number 5 here. Okay, soluble salt and soluble salt, it will form soluble salt and insoluble salt. So this reaction we call it double decomposition. This one we call it double decomposition or precipitation. Okay, so they will exchange their metal. So it will form magnesium nitrate and the silver chloride. So before we do the balancing, we balance the equation, we must check the formula. Okay, so we look at the formula. Magnesium nitrate, magnesium is Mg2+, nitrate is NO3 minus charge. The ratio is 1:2. So you got 1 magnesium, but you got 2 nitrate. So you have to bracket 2. Bracket because here consists of 2 elements, NO3. The charge is already terminated here. So the correct formula should be MgNO3 2. Okay, Mg and O32 here. Mg bracket NO32 plus. And silver chloride, you check the formula. Silver is Ag plus, chloride is a Cl minus, so 1 to 1 the ratio, AgCl, so correct. Okay, this formula is correct. So make sure all formula is correct. Now we try to balance the equations. Silver you got one balance. Nitrate here you have 1 nitrate, but for the product you have 2 nitrate here, 2. Then you need to balance. You write it 2. Okay, 2 nitrate. But when you times 2, your silver becomes 2. So here it is times 2, 2 silver. Okay, silver and nitrate is balanced already. Now you look at magnesium, 1, 1. Chloride, you got 2 here. So you have 2 chloride, so correct. So now, this one we call it is a balanced chemical equations. Okay, chemical equation. Now, from the chemical equation, we try to write out the ionic equations. To write the ionic equation, you must be able to write out the ion first. So this is soluble salt. That's why it can ionize in water to form the silver ion and nitrate ion. You got 2 silver ion and 2 nitrate ion. Magnesium chloride, it is also a soluble salt, so it can ionize in water to form magnesium ion and chloride ion. You have 2 chloride ions, so 2. Magnesium nitrate, it is also a soluble salt because all nitrate are soluble. So it's a soluble salt. That's why it also can ionize to form magnesium ion and nitrate ion. You got 2 nitrate here, so 2 nitrate ion. Silver chloride, it is insoluble salt. Okay, chloride. Silver chloride is an insoluble salt. Insoluble. You have to memorize this. So it cannot ionize. It will remain as a silver chloride. Okay. So from here now we can try to write out the ionic equation by cancel all the ion with the same place. So silver ion, this one is a silver, cannot cancel. Nitrate ion here, 2 nitrate ion, you also have 2 nitrate ion between the reactant and the product, cancel. Magnesium ion, reactant and product, cancel. And then chloride and chloride cannot cancel. Now here you got 2 silver chloride, 2 silver chloride. So the ionic equation, you just write down all the ion left. So you have 2 silver ion plus 2 chloride ion to form 2 silver chloride. Now, this stoichiometry here, you actually can simplify. Okay, 1, 1, 1. So this is the final answer for the ionic equation. This one. Silver ion plus chloride ion to form silver chloride. You can write the state of matter or without also can. Now, if you want to write the state of matter, make sure the state of matter you write it is correct. So this is aqueous. This is aqueous because it's a soluble salt, and this is solid because it is a insoluble salt. So this is the answer for questions number 1A.